It's Cleveland Indians baseball. We're at Cleveland Stadium as the Indians take on the Milwaukee Brewers. The Indians are hoping to avoid a 3-game sweep today. Marty Patton gets the start for Milwaukee. He's made 14 starts on the year. He's 4-7 with an ERA of 4.18. This is his second start against Cleveland. He's 1-0 with a 3-point ERA against the Indians. Facing him will be Steve Dunning. He's made 11 starts on the year. He's 2-7 with an ERA of 5.96. This is his second start against Milwaukee, and he's 0-1 with a 5.14 ERA against the Brewers. It's another warm day at the lakefront. It's 80 degrees. Wind speed is 7 miles per hour out the left center, so the wind is blowing out in the direction of the lake. Milwaukee's starting lineup will be leading off the third baseman, Tommy Harper. Batting second to second baseman, Ron Theobald. Batting third, the center fielder, Dave May. Batting fourth, the left fielder, Johnny Briggs. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Mike Hegan. Batting sixth, the right fielder, Bill Voss. Batting seventh, the shortstop, Rick Auerbach. Batting eighth, the catcher, Ellie Rodriguez. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Marty Patton. On defense, the Indians will have Chris Chambliss at first base, Eddie Leone at second, Fred Stanley at shortstop, Greg Nettles at third, Ted Uhlaender in left, Vada Pinson in center, Frank Baker in right, Ken Suarez catching, and on the mound, Steve Dunning. Steve Dunning was the Indians' #1 pick in last year's draft. They signed him right off the campus of Stanford. And based on a couple workouts he had with the Indians while they were on a West Coast trip, they promoted him right to the Major League club. He has never spent a day in the minor leagues. He has a record of 2-7 with 1 save, 5.96 ERA in 74 innings pitched. He's given up 90 hits. 13 of those were home runs. He has walked 42 and struck out 50. This kid brings some serious heat. He just needs to learn how to control his pitches. Leading off is Tommy Harper, batting .263 with 2 home runs and 29 runs batted in. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a miss on the fastball. Strike 1. That's a ball. Ball 1. Changeup. That caught the inside corner. Strike 2. Fastball. Down and away. Ball 2. It's a liner in the left field, in the corner. Uhlander's after it. Harper rounds first. He rounds second. He's going for third. He slides. Safe with a triple. It's his second triple of the year. Here is Ron Theobald. He's hitting .290. No home runs and 15 runs batted in. He's hitting just .186 in June. Wing, he fouls it back. Strike 1. Friday night, the Brewers won 8-6 in 10 innings. Yesterday, the Brewers won 5-2. This is Sunday, June 13th. Father's Day, maybe? I'm not sure. This is game number 57 for the Indians. They are 18-38. They're in last place in the American League East. Right now, only Philadelphia has a worse record in the majors than Cleveland. And Milwaukee is 21-33. They are in 5th place in the American League West. Just off the ground and inside, ball one. Liner, excuse me, down to third base line. That's foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch. Fly ball in the center field. Pinson going back near the track. He's got it. 1 out. Harper tags and scores. The Brewers take a 1-0 lead. Here is Dave May hitting .243 with 10 home runs and 32 runs batted in. He's having a good series against the Indians. He was 3 for 4 on Friday night, driving in 2 runs with a walk and a home run. Drove in 2 runs. He scored 3 runs. Yesterday afternoon, he was 3 for 4. He had a home run yesterday as well. Drove in 2 runs. He only scored 2 runs yesterday. So he is 6 for 8 during this weekend series in Cleveland. The 1-2 pitch. It's a base hit into right field. It makes him 7 for 10 this week, or 7 for 9 this weekend in Cleveland. Here is Johnny Briggs, who's hitting .257, 8 home runs, 27 runs batted in. Hitting .278 against right-handers. Curveball just below the belt, strike 1. Caught the inside corner, strike 2. Chambliss is holding May close at first. Go to first, not in time. 0-2 pitch, pitch out. Suarez with the throw. May with the head first slide. He's safe. That's steal number 7 for Dave May. 1-2 pitch, low, ball 2. Change up outside, ball 3, full count. Just outside, ball 4. One out, runners on first and second. Here's Mike Hegan, who's hitting .273 with 1 home run and 7 runs batted in. Swing and a miss, strike 1. High and away, ball 1. Too low, ball 2. Egan bunts. Suarez up with it. He's only plays the first. Bunts, yeah, the throw out is to Leone. So it's a sacrifice bunt, putting 2 runners in a scoring position. 2 outs, runners on second and third. Here is Bill Voss, who's hitting .250 with 5 home runs and 31 runs batted in. Outside, ball 1. Caught the corner, strike 1. That's high, ball 2. Swing and a miss, strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Fly ball on center field. Pinson going back, but it's gone. Home run. Home run number 6 for Voss. And that'll make it 4-0 Milwaukee. Here is Rick Arbach hitting .292, no home runs, 5 runs batted in. The 2-0 pitch. It's a grounder to first. Chambliss picks it up. And he is just going to hold it. That's the 4th hit of the inning for Milwaukee. And here's the 8th hitter, Ellie Rodriguez, the catcher, who's hitting .241 with 1 home run and 21 runs batted in. Sitting .308 against Cleveland. Low, ball 1. Too high, ball 2. It's a base hit into left field. Arbach rounds second. He'll take third. And here's Marty Patton, the 9th hitter of the inning. He's hitting .091 with no home runs and 1 run batted in. He is 3 for 33. One of his 3 hits was a double, though. Tommy Harper's on deck. Outside, ball 1. Down and in, ball 2. Ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Strike 1 called. Popped it up, third base side in foul ground. Nettles is after it. But he can't get it. It's out of play. Full count, 2 outs, 2 runners on. The payoff pitch.
Strike 3.
And a miss, strike 3. But Milwaukee gets 4 runs on 5 hits. No errors. They left 2 on base. After 1/2 inning, it is Milwaukee 4. Cleveland coming to bat. Already. And the Indians bullpen, I'm looking, has a lot of tired arms. So Dunning is going to have to stay in the game for a little while. Cleveland Indians starting lineup will be leading off the center fielder, Vada Pinson. Batting second to first baseman, Chris Chambliss. Batting third, the left fielder, Ted Uhlaender. Batting fourth, the third baseman, Greg Nettles. Batting fifth, the catcher, Ken Suarez. Batting sixth, the shortstop, Fred Stanley. Batting seventh, the right fielder, Frank Baker. Batting eighth, the second baseman, Eddie Leone. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Steve Dunning. On defense, the Brewers have Mike Hegan at first base, Ron Theobald at second, Rick Arbach at shortstop, Tommy Harper at third, Johnny Briggs in left field, Dave May in center field, Bill Voss in right field, Ellie Rodriguez catching, and Marty Patton's on the mound. Marty Patton, he's a fastball pitcher, but doesn't throw as hard as Steve Dunning. Usually keeps the ball up. Generally, he'll give up more flyouts than groundouts. He has a record of 4-7 in the ERA of 4.18. He's pitched in 103 and a third innings. He's given up 108 hits. 17 of those have been home runs. He has walked 26 and struck out 57. Leading off is Veda Pinson. He's hitting .237 with 2 home runs and 13 runs batted in. Pinson got off to a hot start in April, but he's been struggling in May and June with the bat. He's 33 years old. He's been a big league regular since 1959. So perhaps time is catching up with him. Here's the 0-1 pitch. It's a fly ball in center field. May going back near the wall, and he's got it. 1 out. Here is Chris Chambliss. Chambliss was the highest regarded rookie in the Indians had last year and in spring training. He was the Rookie of the Year last year in the American Association. His starting with the big club this year was delayed by 2 injuries, one in spring training and one in early May. Since coming up from Wichita, he's hitting .308 with 1 home run and 5 runs batted in. His 1 home run came Friday night when the Indians were down 6-4 in the bottom of the 9th, and he hit a 2-run home run that tied the game. Here's the first pitch. It's a grounder up the middle, base hit. Here's Ted Ulinder. He's hitting .289. No home runs and 13 runs batted in. He's hitting .302 in June. Hits the fly ball in center field. May's there, and he's got it. 2 outs. And here's Greg Nettles, who's hitting .282 with 13 home runs, 40 runs batted in. He is 4th in the American League in home runs and 8th in RBI. High, ball 1. It's a fly ball in the right field. Bill Voss coming in, and he's got it. 3 outs. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We played 1 inning in Cleveland. Milwaukee 4, Cleveland nothing.
Hot dog, yeah. Get your hot dog, hot dog, hot dog.
Here's Tommy Harper. He's 1 for 1 today. He tripled in the first inning. The 2-0 pitch. Hits the fly ball in the right field. Frank Baker is there. He's got it. 1 out. Ron Theobald. He had a sacrifice fly in the first inning. That scored Tommy Harper with the first run of the game. The 1-2 pitch. Base hit in center field. That's the 6th hit of the game for Milwaukee. Here is Dave May, who's 1 for 1. He singled in the first. Swing and a miss and a curveball. Strike one. Too low. Ball one. That's high. Ball two. Too high. Ball three. 3 balls. 1 strike. Too high. Ball four. Second walk of the game given up by Steve Dunning. Here is Johnny Briggs. He walked in the first inning. Just off the ground. Ball one. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Fouls it back. Fly ball down the right field line. Baker's after it. Will it make the seats? It's in the stands. Count remains 1-2. Fouls it back. Count remains 1-2. Checks a swing. They appeal. Nope. Ball two. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Low and outside. Ball three. Full count. High and outside. Ball four. Walk number 3 given up by Dunning. Here is Mike Hegan. He had a sacrifice bunt in the first inning. Change up. Ball one. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Oh, ball two. And Dunning's already thrown 62 pitches, 31 balls, 31 strikes. Marty Patton, on the other hand, he has thrown 6 pitches today so far. 5 strikes, 1 ball. Base hit up the middle. Theobald scores. That makes it 5-0. Rich Hand getting up in the bullpen. Here is Bill Voss. He is 1 for 1 today. He hit a 3-run homer in the first. That made it Milwaukee 4, Cleveland nothing. It's a grounder to second. Leon to second for 1. Throw to first, not in time. May scores. Mike Hegan took Fred Stanley out. Here's Rick Auerbach, who is 1 for 1. He singled on the infield last time up. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Swing and a miss on the changeup. Strike 1. Ball 1. It's a fly ball to right field. Baker coming in. And he's got it. 3 outs. But Milwaukee gets 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors. They left 2 on base. We go to the bottom of the second. It is Milwaukee 6, Cleveland nothing. Cleveland in the second inning, it will be Kent Suarez, Fred Stanley, and Frank Baker. Kent Suarez is hitting .400 with no home runs and 1 run batted in. He is 4 for 10 on the season. This season when he was promoted to be the number 2 catcher behind Ray Fosse, after spending all of last year at Wichita, he has been plagued by injuries. Let's see. Yeah, Suarez got his start with the Kansas City Athletics. Played with them in 66 and 67, and he spent some time with the Indians in 68 and 69. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It's a grounder right back to the box. Patton has it, and he throws him out. 1 out. Here is Fred Stanley, recent call-up from Wichita. He's hitting .356, no home runs, and 5 runs batted in. He's off to a good start. He apparently wants to stay in Cleveland. Hitting .385 against Milwaukee. 1-2 pitch. Down and in. Ooh, he got hit on the knee. He'll take first. Here's Frank Baker. He is the Indians' most recent call-up. He reported to the team on Friday from Wichita. He is over 2 on the season. Frank Baker, he got into 15 games in 1969, and he spent all of last year at Wichita. 1968, he spent the year in serving in Vietnam with the Army. It's a grounder to first. Egan throws to Auerbach. Throw back to first, not in time. He'll take first on the fielder's choice. Here is Eddie Leone, second baseman. He's hitting .293, 2 home runs, and 21 runs batted in. He's having a great year so far. He's hitting .385 in June. Ball 1. Change up. He looked at strike 1. Foul tip. Strike 2. Fastball in on the black. Strike 3 called. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left. We played 2 in Cleveland. It is Milwaukee 6, Cleveland nothing. Ellie Rodriguez leads off the third for Milwaukee. He singled in the first. He's 1 for 1 today. The 1-1 pitch. Fly ball down the left field line. But that will make the seats. Two strikes. The 1-2 pitch. It's a blooper to third. But that's right at Greg Nettles. 1 out. Here is Marty Patton. He's 0 for 1. He struck out in the first. 2-2 pitch. It's a grounder to third. Nettles up with a throw to first. Oh, the throw pulled Chambliss off the bag. That's the 5th error of the year for Greg Nettles. And here's Tommy Harper, who's 1 for 2. He tripled in the first, and he flied out in the second. It's a high fly ball in the left field. Uhlaender going back on the track. He's got it. Wow, Patton goes back to first. is Ron Theobald. He's 1-for-1. He had a sacrifice fly in the first and singled in the second. Fly ball down the right field line. Baker's after it. That's out of play. Strike one. Too high, ball one. Fly ball down the left field line. That's foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Tipped it. Count remains 1-2. High and inside, ball 2. Gets below the belt, strike 3 called. No runs, no hits, no errors, or 1 error, sorry, and 1 man left. We go to the bottom of the third. Milwaukee 6, Cleveland nothing. Steve Dunning leads off for Cleveland in the third. He's hitting 192. No home runs, 2 runs batted in. He is 5 for 26. 2-0 pitch. It's a bouncer to short. Arbach has it, and he'll throw him out. 1 out. Here's Veda Pinson, who's 0-for-1. He flied out in the first inning. He hits a base hit into right field. Egan couldn't make the play on that one. Chris Chambliss, he is 1-for-1. He singled in the first. High and outside, ball 1. It's a grounder to first. Egan throws to Auerbach for 1. Throw to first, not in time. Chambliss takes first on the fielder's choice. Here is Ted Uhlaender. He's 0-for-1. He flied out to the center fielder last time up. Too high, ball 1. Fouls it back. It's a blooper into right center. Base hit. Chambliss round second. He'll take third. Dave May running in on that one, but he couldn't make the play. Indians have runners at the corners, 2 outs, and here's Greg Nettles, who's 0-for-1. Flied out the first inning. Ball 1. They're at the knees, strike 1. Fly ball in the left field. Briggs on the track, and he's got it. 3 outs, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. We played 3 in Cleveland. Milwaukee 6, Cleveland nothing. Let's go around the league. Top of the 4th in Montreal, the Dodgers lead the Expos 6-1. Jim Lefevre hit his 12th home run for Los Angeles. That's Don Sutton against Jim Britton. Dodgers are right now in a first place tie with Houston. Bottom of the 4th at Shea Stadium. Mets lead the Giants 5-1. Bobby Bonds hit his 16th home run for San Francisco. We're watching Willie Mays. He has 598 career home runs right now. Watch is on to see him get 600. That is Gaylord Perry against Ray Sadecki. Bottom of 4th in Philadelphia. Padres lead the Phillies 3-0. Nate Colbert had his 11th home run for the Padres. That is Tom Kelly against Rick Wise. Top of the sixth in Detroit, Twins and Tigers are scoreless. That's Jim Cott against Les Kane. And the top of the fifth in Baltimore, Orioles lead the White Sox 3-0. One of the Robinsons hit his fourth home run for Baltimore. Might be Frank Robinson. He had a big day yesterday. It's off to a very slow start, but that is Wilbur Wood for Chicago. He's looking for his 10th win of the season. You need to beat him during the week. And Mike Cuellar for Baltimore. Top of the second in St. Louis. No score between the Pirates and the Cardinals. That's Bob Moose against Steve Carlton. Top of the second at Wrigley Field. The Reds and Cubs are scoreless. That's Tony Cloninger against last year's Cy Young Award winner, Fergie Jenkins. Top of the second in Kansas City. No score between the Red Sox and the Royals. That is Sonny Siebert against Paul Splittorff. And top of the second at the Astrodome. No score between the Astros and the Braves. That is Joe Negro against Jim Ray. Or no, I'm sorry, that's Phil Negro pitching for Atlanta. And as I mentioned before, Houston and the Dodgers are in a first-place tie in the National League West. Leading off for Milwaukee in the fourth, Dave May. He is 1 for 1. He singled in the first and walked in the second. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fouls it back, out of play. All right, and we're back. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Dave May. It's a grounder into left field, base hit. That is hit number 8 for Milwaukee. Here is Johnny Briggs. He walked in the first and he walked in the second. Got 2 of the 3 walks that Steve Dunning's given up. Outside, ball 1. Wing and a miss, strike 1. Pops it up, first base side. Foul ground. Chambliss is after it. And he's got it. 1 out. Here is Mike Keegan. He's 1 for 1. He had a sacrifice bunt in the first, and he singled in the second. And that scored Ron Theobald with Milwaukee's 5th run. Wing and a miss, strike 1. Fouls it back. Strike 2. Inside, ball 1. Just high, ball 2. That evens the count at 2-2. It's a hard grounder, first base side, but that's foul. Grounder to second. Leone. Stanley for 1. The first double play. 4-6-3 double play. No runs, 1 hit. No errors. No one left. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Milwaukee 6, Cleveland nothing. And Suarez leads off the fourth. He is 0 for 1. Grounded to the pitcher in the second inning. 2-0 pitch. Slider in the right center, base hit. Suarez rounds first. He dives into second. He's safe with a double. Here is Fred Stanley. He was hit by a pitch in the second inning. Inside corner at the knee, strike one. Fastball low, ball one. Strike two called. High and outside, ball two. Low and inside, ball three, full count. It's hit in the left field. Suarez stops at third. He needs that. Runners at the corners. Nobody out. Here is Frank Baker, who's 0 for 1. He grounded into a forced play in the second inning. Caught the inside corner, strike one. He's looking for his first hit of the year. Ball one. He's 0 for 3 on the season. Up at eye level and inside, ball two. Rounder down the first base line. That's foul. That'll even the count at 2-2. Liner in the left field. That's big. No, Briggs makes the catch. And Suarez will tag up and score. First run of the game for Cleveland. It's 6-1. One out. Here is Eddie Leone, who's 0 for 1. He struck out in the second. Strike one called. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Low and inside. Ball one. Swing and a miss. Strike three. He was way too early on that one. He got fooled by the changeup. 2 outs. Here is Steve Dunning. He is 0 for 1 today. He grounded out in the third. Pops it up on the infield. Auerbach will take it, and that's 3 outs. But the Indians get 1 run on 2 hits, no errors. They left 1 on base. We played 4 today. It is Milwaukee 6, Cleveland 1. 5th inning for Milwaukee. It will be Bill Voss, Rick Auerbach, and Ellie Rodriguez. Voss is 1 for 2 today. He hit a 3-run homer in the first, and he grounded into a force play in the second. That scored Dave May with Milwaukee's 6th run of the game. So he has 4 runs batted in today. The 1-2 pitch. It's fly ball to center field. Pinson going back on the track, and he's got it. 1 out. Here's Rick Auerbach. He is 1 for 2. He had an infield single in the first, and he flied out in the second. The 0-1 pitch. It's bouncer to third. Nettles up with it. Throw to first. Bang, bang, play. Auerbach legs it out. That's a hit. Here is Ellie Rodriguez, who's 1 for 2. He singled in the first and hit a liner to Nettles in the third. Low and outside, ball 1. Ball 2. Outside, ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Low and inside, ball 4. walks him on 4 pitches. Here is Marty Patton, who is 0 for 2. He struck out first and was safe on an error in the third. Playing him for the bunt. He's a good bunter. Suarez goes to talk to Dunning. Inside, ball 1. Ball 2, that was almost a wild pitch. Inside, ball 3. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Caught the inside corner, strike 2. 3 called on a curveball. 2 outs. Here is Tommy Harper, who's 1 for 3. He led off the game with a triple. Hitting .280 with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. Grounds it back to the mound. Dunning's up with it to throw to first. He gets out of the jam. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Milwaukee leads 6-1. Beta Pinson leads off for Cleveland in the 5th. He's 1 for 2 with a single in the 3rd. The 0-2 pitch. Little liner right to second base. Right at Theobald. 1 out. Here's Chris Chambliss. He's 1 for 2. He singled in the 1st and grounded into a force play in the 3rd. The 3-0 pitch. Low, ball 4. First walk of the game given up by Marty Patton. It's Ted Ullander, who is 1 for 2. He singled in the 3rd. Fastball, ball 1. It's a liner right to the shortstop. Arbach has it. 2 outs. And here's Greg Nettles, who's 0 for 2. Caught the inside corner, strike 1. It's fly ball to center field. Dave May drifting back, and he's got it. 3 outs. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left. We played 5. It's an official game here in Cleveland. Brewers 6, Indians 1. Ron Theobald leads off the 6th for Milwaukee. He is 1 for 2. Had a sacrifice fly in the 1st, singled in the 2nd, and struck out in the 3rd. It's a fly ball into center field. Pinson's there, and he's got it. 1 out. Here is Dave May. He's 2 for 2. Singled in the 1st, walked in the 2nd, singled in the 4th. Boy, he is just beating up on the Indians this weekend. He is 8 for 10 this weekend against the Indians. 2-1 pitch. Deep fly ball in the left field. Ullander going back, and it's gone. Home run. His 3rd home run of the series. Hit one Friday night. That was in the 10th inning that broke the game open. Hit one yesterday, and he hit one. Hits one today. It's 7-1. Milwaukee. Here is Johnny Briggs, who's 0 for 1. He has a pair of walks, and he popped out in the 4th. 3-2 pitch. Change up, ball 4. 5th walk of the game given up by Dunning. McGorry's warming up in the bullpen. Here is Mike Hegan. He's 1 for 2. He had a sacrifice bunt in the first. Singled in the fourth that drove in a run and grounded into a double play in the fourth. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Low, ball 1. Inside on the black, strike 2. Pops it up, first base side. Foul ground. Chambliss is after it. That made the seats. Right down the middle for strike 3. Strike 3 called. 2 outs. Here is Bill Voss. He is 1 for 3. He hit a 3-run homer in the first. Grounded into a force play in the second. That drove in a run. And he flied out in the fifth. So he has 4 runs batted in today. Strike 1 called. Below the knees, inside, ball 1. High, ball 2. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Liner down the first base line, but that's foul. Low, ball 3. Fouls it back. Count remains full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The payoff pitch. Fouls it back. Tie, ball 4. That's the 6th walk of the game given up by Dunning. Here comes Alvin Dark, and that'll be all for Steve Dunning. He just did not have it today. Coming in to pitch is Steve Mengori. Mengori's making his 15th appearance of the year. He has a record of 1-1. He has 4 saves. He's an ERA of 5.19. Pitched 8 2/3 innings. He's given up 7 hits. He has walked 4 and struck out 9. Rick Auerbach will face him. He is 2 for 3 today. He has a pair of singles. It's a liner to center field. Pinson dives. Can't come up with it. It's in the gap. That'll be extra bases. Briggs scores. Voss is on third, and Auerbach is in with a stand-up double. It's 8-1. Milwaukee. That run is charged to Steve Dunning. Here is Ellie Rodriguez. He is 1 for 2 today. He singled in the first, lined out in the third, and walked in the fifth. Low, ball 1. Looking ahead this week for the Indians. Minnesota will be in this week, and Detroit will be in town this weekend. 4 games with Detroit. Sunday doubleheader. Up and in, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Ball 3. Breaking ball. Caught the outside corner. Strike 1. Ball 4. That's the 7th walk of the game given up by Indians pitching. Here is Marty Patton. He's 0 for 3. He has a pair of strikeouts, and in the third inning, he was safe on Nettles' throwing error. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Fouls it back, strike 1. Strike 2 called. Inside on the black. Strike 3. Third strikeout of the game for Patton. But the Brewers get 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors. They left 2 on base. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It is Milwaukee 8 and Cleveland 1. Ugh. Ken Suarez leads off for Cleveland in the 6th. He's 1 for 2. Doubled in the 4th. He scored the Indians' only run of the game so far. It's a grounder to third. Harper's up with it. Throw to first. 1 out. Here's Fred Stanton. Yeah, they always played that at the Indians games. To charge. And I could never figure out why, because that's what the cavalry would have played when they were on the attack against the natives out in the West. I could never figure out why they would play that at an Indians game. Fred Stanley, he's 1 for 1 today. He was hit by a pitch, and he singled in the 4th. The 0-2 pitch. It's fly ball in right field. Boss coming in, and he's got it. 2 outs. Here's Frank Baker. He's 0 for 1. He grounded into a forced play in the 2nd, and he had a sacrifice fly in the 4th. That scored Suarez with the Indians' only run so far. 1-2 pitch. It's a hard grounder to first. Egan with the toss to Patton, but Patton bobbled and dropped it. Baker's safe at first. That's Marty Patton's first error of the year. It's Eddie Leone, who's 0 for 2. He has a pair of strikeouts. Leone has an 8-game hitting streak. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Low, ball 1. It's a hard grounder to first. Higgins up with it. Tosses to Patton. This time Patton holds it. And it's 3 outs. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 left. We played 6 in Cleveland. Brewers 8, Indians 1. Tommy Harper leads off for the Brewers in the 7th. He's 1 for 4. He led off the game with a triple. The 2-1 pitch. It's a hard grounder to third. Nettles is up with it. Throw to first. 1 out. Here is Ron Theobald. He's 1 for 3. He had a sacrifice fly in the 1st. That scored Tommy Harper, and he singled in the 2nd. The 1-2 pitch. It's a grounder to short. Stanley's up with it. Throw to first. 2 outs. Here is Dave May, who's 3 for 3. He is just killing the Indians this weekend. Singled in the 1st. Walked in the 2nd. Singled in the 4th. And hit a solo home run in the 6th. The 1-0 pitch. It's a hard grounder to short. Stanley up with it. Throw to first. 3 outs, and they finally get Dave May out. Nothing across for the Brewers in the 7th. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It is Milwaukee 8, Cleveland 1. Go back around the league. Top of the 7th in Montreal. Dodgers lead the Expos 8-1. Willie Davis hit his 3rd home run for the Dodgers. That's Don Sutton against Howie Reed. Howie Reed, former pitcher of the Dodgers. Top of the 8th at Shea Stadium. Mets lead the Giants 5-2. Ray Sadecki's pitching for the Mets. Giants are in 3rd place in the National League West. They're a game out of 1st place. Top of the seventh in Philadelphia, Padres lead the Phillies 6-1. Bob Barton hit his second home run for San Diego. Rick Wise is pitching for the Phillies. Final in Detroit, the Tigers beat the Twins 1-0. Tigers, after getting off to a terrible start, they've been playing good ball for the last month. Brett Sherman got the win. He's become the Tigers' relief ace this year. He's 4-3, and Dan Williams took the loss for Minnesota. He's 2-3. Top of the fifth in St. Louis, the Pirates lead the Cardinals 1-0. That's Bob Moose against Steve Carlton. Bottom of the fourth at Wrigley Field, the Reds lead the Cubs 4-0. Johnny Bench hit his fourth home run. Can't believe he's only hit 4 home runs so far. The season's 2 months old. That is Tony Cloninger against Fergie Jenkins. Johnny Bench was the MVP last year in the National League, and he got off to a terrible start this year. Cincinnati is in 4th place in the NL West. They are 2.5 games out of first place. Bottom of the fifth in Kansas City, the Red Sox lead the Royals 4-0. That is Sonny Siebert against young Paul Splittorff. And top of the sixth in Houston, the Braves lead the Astros 1-0. That's Phil Niekro against Jim Ray. Going into today's action, the Astros and the Dodgers are tied for first in the NL West. And Dodgers have a commanding lead today against the Expos. For the Indians, leading off in the 7th inning, it will be pinch hitter. Let's see. Ted Ford will lead off, will pinch hit. Ford is hitting 148, no home runs, 6 runs batted in. He has 8 hits this year, but 2 of those are doubles. And as a pinch hitter, he is 0 for 1. Ted Ford is like the epitome of the good feel, no-hit type player. He's mainly used as a defensive replacement. And Rick Austin will be warming up in the bullpen. Three-two pitch. High, ball 4. Second walk of the game given up by Marty Pat. Here's Vada Pinson. He's 1 for 3. He's singled in the 3rd. Ball 1. Grounder down the first base line, but that's foul. High, ball 2. Liner in the left field, base hit for Pinson. Ford will stop at second. Here's Chris Chambliss. He's 1 for 2. He singled in the 1st. Grounded into a force play in the 3rd and walked in the 5th. He needs to have something going in the bottom of the 7th. Runners on 1st and 2nd. Nobody out, and they got the top of the order up. Grounder down the 3rd base line. That's foul. The Indians have shown that they can come back. From a big lead. Friday night, they scored 5 runs in the bottom of the 8th and 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th to tie games 6-6. Low and inside, ball 2. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Pops it up to the catcher. Rodriguez is there, and he's got it. 1 out. Here's Ted Ullander, who's 1 for 3. He singled in the 3rd. Ball 1, way off the plate. In the dirt and inside, ball 2. Ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. In there at the knee, strike 1. On the black, strike 2. High and outside, ball 4. That'll load the bases with 1 out. And here's Greg Nettles, who's over 3. Flied out in the 1st, flied out in the 3rd, flied out in the 5th. Ball 1. Strike 1 called. Ball away, ball 2. Looks like Patton's control has suddenly deserted him. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Fouls it back. Count remains 2-2. Up and in, ball 3, full count. Liner down the first base line, it's foul. Count remains full. Another liner down the first base line, but that's foul. That'll hit a deep fly ball in the center field. May going back on the track. He's got it. Ford tags up. He'll score. It's 8-2 Milwaukee. Here is Ken Suarez, who is 1 for 3. He doubled in the 4th. Swing and a miss, strike 1. It's bouncer to first. Keegan has it. He'll take it himself. 3 outs. The Indians get 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. They left 3 on base. Or no, I'm sorry, they left 2 on base. After 7, it is Milwaukee 8, Cleveland 2. Rick Austin comes in to pitch for the Indians. He's making his 16th appearance of the year. He has a record of 0-1, an ERA of 4.02 in 15 2/3 innings pitched. He has given up 19 hits. 3 of those have been home runs. He has walked 15 and struck out 15. He's another hard-throwing youngster that the Indians have. And he usually keeps it up high. Last year, he got in 33 games with the Indians. He had 3 starts. Had a record of 1-5 with 4 saves. Johnny Briggs leads off. He is 0 for 1. He has 3 walks, and he popped out. The 1-1 pitch. Base hit in right field. That gets all the way to the wall, in the gap. Briggs, round second. And he'll hold. Baker let that one get past him. Runner on second, nobody out. And here's Mike Hegan, who's 1 for 3. Had a sacrifice bunt in the first. Single in the second, scoring a run. Grounded into a double play and struck out. Pops it up. Fouls it back. Strike 1. High and inside, ball one. Grounder to third. Nettles looks the runner back. Throws to first. 1 out. Here is Bill Voss. He's 1 for 3. He had a 3-run homer in the first. And then he grounded into a force play in the second. That scored a run. He's driven in 4 runs today. Flied out in the 5th and walked in the 6th. So he's had a very productive day at the plate. Outside, ball one. High and outside, ball two. Swing and a miss, strike one. High and tight, ball three. Foul tip. Full count. High and outside, ball four. Another walk given up by the Indians. Here's Rick Auerbach. He's 3 for 4 today. Singled on the infield in the first. Flied out in the second. Singled on the infield in the 5th. And lined a double in the 6th. Pinson tried to make a diving catch on that one, but the ball got past him. Sitting 3-13 with runners in scoring position. Fouls it back, strike one. Fly ball into left field. Eulander coming in, he's got it. Get a nice lunging catch on that one. 2 outs. Eulander plays a good left field for Cleveland. Here is Ellie Rodriguez, who is 1 for 2. He singled in the first, lined out in the third, walked in the 5th, and walked in the 6th. Outside, ball one. Up and away, ball two. Strike one called. Low and inside, ball three. Fly ball down the left field line, but that is foul. It makes the seats. Full count, 2 outs. Runners on first and second. The payoff pitch. Low and outside, ball 4. That is the 9th run or 9th walk of the game given up by the Indians pitching. Here's Marty Patton, who is 0 for 4. He has 3 strikeouts, and in the 3rd inning, he was safe on an error. High and outside, ball 1. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Check the swing, they call strike. Strike 2. Strike 3 called. That's the 4th time Patton struck out today. Milwaukee gets no runs, 1 hit, no errors. They leave the bases loaded. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It is Milwaukee 8, Cleveland 2. Ugh. And all this ringing and all this buzzing is just irritating. Rich Hand warming up in the bullpen for Cleveland. Fred Stanley leads off the 8th inning. He's 1 for 2 today. He was hit by a pitch. He singled, and he flied out. Frank Baker's on deck. The 3-0 pitch. Outside, ball 4. Fourth walk given up by Marty Patton. With Frank Baker, he's 0 for 2. Grounded into a force play. His sacrifice fly in the 4th, and he was safe on an error in the 6th. It's a slow roller. Back to the pitcher. Patton's only plays first. 1 out. Stanley takes second. Here's Eddie Leone, who's 0 for 3. He has a pair of strikeouts and a ground out. He has an 8-game hitting streak on the line. Changeup. Strike 1 called. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Low and away. Ball 1. High. Ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, it looks grim, but don't forget Friday night, the Indians scored 5 runs in the bottom of the 8th. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Strike 3.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That is his 3rd strikeout today. Pinch hitting for Austin will be Lou Camilli. Millie's hitting .261, no home runs, 2 runs batted in. But as a pinch hitter, he is 5 for 8 with 2 doubles. He's hitting .625 as a pinch hitter. In real life, it was Gomer Hodge that was the Indians' phenomenal pinch hitter in 1971. That hasn't been the case for me. I've already had to send him back to Wichita twice. For me, it's been Lou Camilli that's been the ace pinch hitter. Fastball, almost in the dirt, ball 1. Just off the ground and inside, ball 2. Strike 1 called. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Foul tip. Count remains 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Hits a liner in right field. Base hit, another pinch hit for Camilli. Stanley scores. It's 8-3 Cleveland. Luke Camilli, he is 6 for 9 as a pinch hitter. Here's Veda Pinson, who's 2 for 4 today. He singled in the 3rd, singled in the 7th. Deep fly ball in the right field. Voss going back, and it's gone. Home run. Home run number 3 for Veda Pinson. It's 8-5 Cleveland. And here's Chris Chambliss, who's 1 for 3. He singled in the 1st. He also walked in the 5th. The 0-2 pitch. It's a line drive into right field, in the gap. Chambliss around second, heading for 3rd. He slides, safe with a triple. Ted Uhlaender, who's 1 for 3. He singled in the 3rd. He also walked in the 7th. 2 outs, runners on 3rd. Indians down by 3. Ball 1. Fouls it back. Strike one.
Foul ball.
In Houston, the Astros have tied the game 1-1 in the 8th inning. Swing and a miss, strike two. Inside, they appeal. On a check swing, says nope. Ball two. High and away, ball three. It's grounder up the middle. Theobald to his right. Backhands it. Throws them out. 3 outs, but the Indians get 3 runs. 3 hits, no errors. They left 1 on base. We go to the 9th inning. It is Milwaukee 8, Cleveland 5. New pitcher for Cleveland is Rich Hand, making his 10th appearance of the season. He has a record of 0-4 with an ERA of 9.67. 27 innings pitched, he's given up 36 hits. 5 of those home runs, he's walked 26 and struck out 20. He was injured in spring training. He was a rookie last year. He went 11-12. Got hurt in spring training, and the sophomore slump is really hitting him hard. For Milwaukee in the 9th, it will be Tommy Harper, Ron Theobald, and Dave May. Harper is 1 for 5. He led off the game with a triple. Here's the first pitch. It's fly ball in the right field. Baker coming in, and he's got it. 1 out. Ron Theobald, he's 1 for 4. He had a sacrifice fly in the first, and he singled in the second. The 3-2 pitch. It's a grounder to short. Stanley's up with it. Throw to first. 2 outs. Here's Dave May. He's 3 for 4 today. He singled in the first, walked in the second, singled in the fourth, hit a solo home run in the 6th, and they finally got him out in the 7th when he grounded out to Fred Stanley. The 1-1 pitch. Fly ball, right field. Baker drifting back. It's out of play. Strike 2. Just getting started in Anaheim, Washington, and the Angels. The 3-2 pitch. High and outside, ball 2. Hand is barking at that one. He thought that was a strike. Here is Johnny Briggs, who's 1 for 2. He had 3 walks today and a double in the 8th inning. Inside, ball 1. High, ball 2. Hope Hand didn't get rattled by that walk to May. Ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 1. High and inside, ball 4. That's his second walk of the inning. Both given up with 2 outs. Here is Mike Hegan, who's 1 for 4. He singled in the second. That drove in a run. Fastball. That bounced to the plate. Ball 1. Strike 1 call. Finally got a strike. 2 called on the fastball. The 1-2 pitch in the dirt and outside. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Fly ball down the right field line. Baker's after it. But it makes the seats. Foul ball. Low and inside, ball 3. Full count, 2 outs. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, 2 left. We go to the bottom of the ninth. It is Milwaukee 8, Cleveland 5. Bob Heiss coming in to play shortstop for Milwaukee. Taking over for Rick Arbach. For Cleveland in the bottom of the ninth, it will be Greg Nettles, Ken Suarez, and Fred Stanley. And he is down by 3. And Marty Patton's back out. Thought they were going to pull him for a reliever. But let's see how many complete games he has. He has 6 complete games this season so far. Greg Nettles, who's 0 for 3. Hit a sacrifice fly in the 7th. That scored Ted Ford. The 1-1 pitch. Fly ball in the center field. Dave May going back at the wall. It's gone! Home run number 14 for Greg Nettles. That makes it 8-6. There's Ken Suarez. He's 1 for 4. He doubled in the 4th. The 1-2 pitch. It's a fly ball in the left field. Briggs going back, and he's got it. 1 out. Here comes Dave Bristol, and that will be all for Marty Patton. Coming in to pitch is Ken Sanders. He's making his 28th appearance of the year. He has a record of 1-2 with 5 saves. An ERA of 3.60. 40 innings pitched. He's given him 38 hits. 2 of those are home runs. He has walked 23, struck out 20. Spoiler alert, Ken Sanders, future member of the Cleveland Indians. Here it's Fred Stanley, who's 1 for 2. He singled in the 4th. He was hit by a pitch in the 2nd. The 1-2 pitch. It's a liner into left field, base hit. I should have made that play, but he couldn't get to it. He dove, but just short. Pitch hitting for Cleveland is Ray Fosse. Boston's hitting .273. He has 4 home runs, 29 runs batted. It's his first pinch hitting appearance of the season. Oh, ball 1. Fly ball down the left field line, but that is foul. 2 called. Low and inside, ball 2. High and inside, ball 3, full count. Grounder down the third base line, that's foul. Count remains full. First inning in California, the Angels lead the Senators 1-0. Pitch. Hits a grounder to third. Harper to second for 1. To first. Double play. And that's it. Game is over. Milwaukee wins 8-6. Milwaukee had 8 runs, 12 hits, 1 error. They left 15 men on base. Cleveland had 6 runs, 11 hits, 1 error. They left 10 men on base. Marty Patton gets the win. He's 5-7. While Steve Dunning takes the loss. He's 2-8. Ken Sanders gets the save. That's his 6th save. For Milwaukee, Dave May went 3 for 4 with a home run and a stolen base. Johnny Briggs went 1 for 2 with a double and 4 walks. Bill Voss went 1 for 3 with a home run. He had 4 runs batted in. For Cleveland, Greg Nettles went 1 for 4. He had a home run. Chris Chambliss went 2 for 4. He had a triple. And Veda Pinson, hopefully breaking out of his slump, went 3 for 5. He had a home run and 2 runs batted in. Star of the game is Bill Voss. Milwaukee got off to a quick lead, scoring 4 in the first, 2 in the second. They were leading 6-0. Cleveland came back with a run in the fourth. Milwaukee had 2 more in the sixth, so it was 8-1. Indians scored a run in the seventh. Then they scored 3 in the bottom of the eighth. 1 in the bottom of the ninth off a Nettles home run. They closed it to 2 runs, but they came up short, losing by the same score they lost to Friday night, 8-6. Milwaukee sweeps the 3-game series from the Indians. And let me see, time of the game. Time of the game, 3 hours and 45 minutes. Nobody was thrown with a lot of control today. Marty Patton walked 4. He threw 150 pitches, 95 of which were strikes. Steve Dunning walked 6. He threw 144 pitches, 85 were strikes. Steve McGorry in an inning and a third walked 1. Rick Austin in an inning gave up a hit and 2 walks, but did not give up a run at least. And in 1 inning, Rich Hen walked 2. So the Indians walked 11 hitters. Indians will be in town this week, and this weekend they have Minnesota coming in. Let me see. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And I believe I was mistaken about the Indians' weekend series against Detroit. Or no, I wasn't. Detroit comes in on Thursday. So they're coming in for 5 games. Yeah, Minnesota will be here Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, yeah. Detroit will be here for 5 games. We enjoyed this game with a lot of pitchers who couldn't find the plate and an aborted Indians comeback. And thank you for watching.